The Phantom is the cursed role which everybody loves, but nobody knows how to play the Phantom, and players often throw away easy wins as the Phantom. So I'll show you exactly how to get voted out, how to kill people, and how to win as the Phantom. When you first load into the game, do not punch people. I've seen countless players try to do this as the Phantom, but it rarely works out. So if you want to maximize your chances of winning as the Phantom, try to blend in at the start of the game. You shouldn't be speeding through tasks, but you should still try to act innocent. The only time I wouldn't recommend blending in is if you see an active altar, where you can then run into a player from that hit altar to make yourself seem like you're infected. After the first in-between, players are starting to get suspicions. So at this time, people will start talking and then they will try to find out who the infected is. During this time, you want to make sure you are a part of the groups, but you don't want to talk. Most people assume the Phantom will try talking and be as annoying as possible to try to get voted out. But if you simply stay quiet, most people will gloss over you being the Phantom and assume you're either infected or innocent. If someone in the group asks for your role, you can use the in-game talking wheel to communicate with them. What I like to do is spam things that don't make sense to make the person roll calling mad. Saying I don't know when the person asks a clear question, or saying something that counteracts what you said before gets more suspicion on you. So if someone asks your role, you can just say, let's continue doing tasks. If you're on a map like the circus or the manor, using the scanner can get you a free easy win. For the manor, all you have to do is throw your suspicion on a hot-headed player and then try to get them into the confession booth. In the confession booth, you can just say that you're infected and that you're going to kill them in the confession booth, which will likely lead to them also killing you in retaliation. On the circus, if there are questions like how many innocents are in this tent or anything along that line, you can do the same thing as the manor, but after the hot-headed player gets in the oracle, you'll have to convince everyone else to vote them. Usually most people are in a party, so this hot-headed person will try to get their friends to vote you, which will lead to an easy Phantom win. Even if they're not in a party, the other players might vote you after you vote out this hot-headed person. But these scenarios will only happen if you are in the manor or circus. If you're on a different map, you will want to avoid the scanner completely. On the other maps, the players are already pretty suspicious of you, and if they haven't already voted you out, you will want to change how you play. If you stay in the group for too long, they will likely trust you since you have been with them for so long. So what you want to do is just rotate around the map. You want to avoid tasks and look for any altars available. If an altar is active, you want to run from this altar to the last group of people you've seen to get yourself outed as infected. But what if the infected are not hitting altars? Well, what you want to do is periodically go to groups and then leave to make players more suspicious of you. And since they already don't trust you, leaving constantly makes the innocents believe you are doing something behind their back. Then when the time comes and they narrow down who the infected could be, you will be the #1 target. But this is all based on a scenario where the innocents are trying to find the infected. What do you do if the innocents do nothing? Well, if the innocents are task rushing, you want to cause some drama. What you can do is use your mic, but only to cause suspicion on players. You can say something like, I saw Jack and Nina in sick room and then the monster transformed in sick room. Or Shank isn't doing tasks and I think they're infected. All you are trying to do is get someone who is willing to talk and simply spark some suspicion in their head to lead to more conversations. After you get someone to start some suspicions, you should simply mute your mic and blend in. There's another scenario that could happen where the innocents are not good and the infected are altar rushing and sweeping off all of the innocents. If this happens, all you want to do is try to survive to the final showdown and kill the infected. You could try to frame yourself since the infected are hitting a lot of altars, but it's also good to have a plan in case the innocents don't kill you. So if you are in this scenario, you should put your focus in surviving the in-between, which should be easy for you because I made a whole video on how to survive the in-between. You should then focus on preparing for a 1v2 or a 1v1v1 in the final showdown. And since you are prepared with items and planning for the final showdown, it should be easier for you to win compared to the other players. With those specific scenarios out of the way, I want to explain how you actually win after getting voted out. When you spawn in as the Phantom, you want to go to the biggest group right away to get as many people out as possible. After you kill the players in this group, you will then need to focus on the players that are alone. But you shouldn't rush into these players like you did with the big group, because there's a good chance that these players are prepared for the Phantom. With items like invis or handcuffs, they are more likely to beat you if you are not prepared. So what you should do is follow the heartbeat sound effect, and when the sound effect gets louder and you're about to turn a corner, you will want to slowly check the corner of that room. If you hear a player in a corner you can't check without going into the room fully, what you want to do is find another entrance to go in, or if that's not possible, you want to sprint in the room and pre-fire in the side or corner that they are on. Since the handcuffs take a while to be applied, you should be able to kill them before they apply the handcuffs. But there is another strategy that people use if the Phantom gets voted out. Players like to use the invisibility medallion and shoot the Phantom from behind before they can turn around. So to counter this, you want to go slow anytime the heartbeat sound effect increases, so you don't accidentally get shot from behind and regret it later. Slowing down when you hear the heartbeat sound effect increase also allows you to find players faster, because you're not rushing around with your 2x speed, usually leading you past players. You will also want to remember where people are located when you first die as the Phantom, so you can find them faster and so you don't run out of time and die as the Phantom. The biggest tip as the Phantom, as you can tell, is just playing slow. Most people just play the Phantom super fast and often die because of it. So just by slowing things down and observing the situation, you can easily win as the Phantom. With this video, you will be way better as the Phantom. But if you want to see more scenarios and see how I play in them, or if you want to see any funny moments, go follow my Twitch to see them.